Hey, I hope everybody is doing well this week. We are now in day 46 of quarantine. Um, this is overwhelming for everybody, but I hope everybody is staying encouraged and doing the best that they can to breathe and to make sense of everything that's going on, but more so being able to focus and make sure that your household is being able to be in the best order that it possibly can be, given everything that's going on in the world, not just in our cities or in this country, but this is happening all over the world. I want to send love, and peace to everyone, everywhere who's going through this. Also, I want to send love to all the essential workers who are getting up daily just to make sure that the world continuously keeps moving and we getting the essential necessities that's needed for us to live. I want to say thank you. I want to say thank you to the educators who are getting up each and every day, who's logging onto these computers and trying to teach these online courses and making sure that the children is logged on, and also making sure that their own children is being able to keep up, with these online courses. I know this is a lot. It's a lot in the classroom. I could just imagine what's going on online. But, again, like I said, I just want to say thank you, educators, and may you continue to stay encouraged. May you continue to stay in prayer and keep doing what you do, because you too are the superheroes that's keeping, everything afloat as well. Each week I try to come with a story about the Shea Buttah and the Herbal Kids brand, but this time I decided not to. This week I just want to be a little bit more intimate about myself and just talk about why I created Shea Buttah and the Herbal Kids, and the reason why I created Shea Buttah and the Herbal Kids, because there are no stories that are in the school systems. When they are having activities and reading circles for the children, it's never anything for children that look like us. And I wanted to create some stories for children who look like us, so they can be able to identify and see themselves, and also be able to identify with the stories. I'm a person who I don't believe in writing about fairy tales, because we've been through too many fairy tales, and I don't believe in teaching children fairy tales. I believe in teaching children truth. I believe in teaching children about ancestors and elders. I believe in teaching children about African American history and staying connected to, our history, because, we haven't had the best, let us just say we haven't had the best teachings from people, giving us our stories. Is always cut up and chopped up and being presented to us, however way they want to present it to us. And so, for me, I looked at everything and I looked around, because I've been in the education system since 2001. And I said to myself, you know what? Let me be the change that I want to see. And this is the reasons why I came up with these characters. I created 5 characters. Shea Buttah Johnson is the first one. Shea Buttah Johnson is basically, I use her personality is a lot like my daughter's. I use my daughter and her rambunctiousness as a child, and her colorful mentality and personality, and I put it into the character of Shea Buttah Johnson. She has friends: Ginger Root Robinson, Amma Joy Jones, and she has Kwanzaa Davis, and then there's Thurgood James. And what I did was I used to name the characters after the things that I use, like Shea Buttah and Ginger Root, and using elders and ancestors who paved the way, and just use those names, and just came up with a whole pool. And now, as you see, we have the Herbal Kids. My intentions for these characters is to bring back series reading again. I remember growing up, when the book fair would come, we were so excited to go to the Scholastic Book Fair, and you would save your little coins up and, go in there and try to find series books or any kind of books that resonated with the things that you like to read. And for me, I love series books. And so I decided, hey, let me go ahead and just create something that's a series, and where kids will continue to keep moving forward and have a collection, of the books. And so I'm hoping that that Shea Butter and her friends, can keep your children encouraged. And I hope that Shea Butter and the Herbal Kids can make your children laugh and feel joy, but also being able and being okay with picking up a book and just going in the corner and just say, hey, I'm going to read. Because reading is just like one of the best things that we can ever do. You can take your mind and you can like tune out the world, and you can just read, and your brain can go anywhere it wants to go, outside of what's going on out in the world. And so reading is very important. And especially for me, I'm a believer that Black children are not getting provided the services that is needed and necessary, especially when it comes to reading. And statistics show that Black and brown children have low rates of reading. And I don't want to label it. I don't want to sit here, and I'm not going to sit here and get into that debate of the who's, the what's, the when's, and the why. But we know the reasons of the why. And so if I can be able to create, where children can be intrigued and say, hey, I can pick up a book, I've done my job. And that is what my job is to do, is to get children reading again, so they can build up their cognitive skills, so they can be able to articulate, so they can be able to process what they're reading, to where they can be able to break down, everything that they've read, so they can be able to write it down on the paper, complete a book report, or even if it's just younger children where they're not writing yet, but at least be able to be imaginative and be able to draw it out. That's another thing too, allowing your children to be able to be creative and be able to think. And that is thinking outside of the box, and that's what I love to do, with children. And so this is one of my reasons why I created the Herbal Kids. My experience creating this book, it's been a lot. It's been very frustrating because I self-published and I put all my money into, myself. No, I don't make a lot of money, but I know one day that I will. But the most important part for me with this thing is ownership. And I believe in ownership. And I take my money and try to invest in making sure that I have all of the legal paperwork and copyrights and registrations that I need, so I can have full control over what I want Shea Butter and the Herbal Kids to look like. Because in the next couple of years, I don't know where this is going to be, but I'm just trying to take my time walking in it, and what it's going to turn out to be. And you never know who's watching you and who's going to pick up. And if this can end up turning into an educational show or whatever, I want to be able to have full control over what I'm doing. So that's another thing that I do with my money. It's not just about the apparel and things like that, but it's more so in making sure that I have ownership, because that's important. Black ownership. Again, as I said, I don't want to take up too much of people's time. I just wanted to just be a little bit more intimate. I'm just, learning to get familiar with this on-camera thing. I'm pretty much a private person. I'm not really big on going live and doing all those things, but I know that I have to come on camera, and I have to be, for people to get to see my face and know who I am, because they're buying my products. And I just hope that for those who already do have Shea Butter's first day of school, I hope you enjoy it. I hope your kids enjoy it. I hope you share. Tell your friends about it. Tell your friends about me. Also, have people follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, and have your children just watch my weekly stories every week. And I hope they like them, and I hope they enjoy, and I hope that parents, that you enjoy what I'm bringing for your children each and every week. And like as I said, I hope that Shea Butter and the Herbal Kids turn into the household name that that grows into more than what I can ever imagine. So again, I had a question for myself, and I was thinking last night, what is the school system going to look like after this quarantine? We already struggling with making sure that the children get the best care and necessities possible before this quarantine, we lack so many different things in the educational system, especially in Black and brown communities. Well, what is the school system going to look like after this? Will we be able to come back, in the fall? What, what is things going to look like? I don't know right now, but I hope that we as a community can come together and figure out, if things don't go back to normal, what is it that we can do as educators and innovators and creators and whatever your position is? What is it that we can do where we can all come to the table and unify and figure out what is it that we can be able to offer the children outside of what Baltimore City Public Schools is able to provide? That's the thing. Because in order for us to see the change that we want to see, we have to do it. We can't keep looking for other people to do it. We have to be the ones who do it. And so, and I believe in that. I know everybody may not believe in it, but I believe in that. So let us all just think about that. And I'm almost positive that people are thinking, what is things going to look like after this quarantine is up in the education system? So again, I want to close out by saying thank you for those who continue to support me. May you keep supporting me. Share. The Shea, Buttah, and the Herbal Kids movement. You can follow me on Instagram at Aspire, ASPIRE_BY_TAY, or you can follow me at Shea, Buttah _ the Herbal Kids, or you can follow me on YouTube, Shea, Buttah, and the Herbal Kids. Because like I said, each week I'm going to try to come with stories. I'm going to probably have things to talk about, things that have things to do with single parenting, Black history, whatever it is that's going to come to mind, because I'm trying to create my own way and being a change that I want to see, in the world. And I hope that everyone enjoys what I'm doing and support. And, continue to follow. And again, like I said, share. And may everyone stay encouraged through this quarantine. As again, like I said, it's day 46. Before we know it, it's going to be day 50 and, a lot longer. But in the midst of it all, just go in your room or go wherever you need to be and just pray. Sit with your family, have family meetings, and try to figure out how you're going to organize so we can move through everything that's going on, whether it be financially, whether it be how we eat, or whatever that thing may be in your household. Let us just all do the best that we can to unify and come out of this better than what we was before we came into this. So stay encouraged, stay blessed, and keep your head up. Peace.